Alright guys, so here's a story about my buddy Drew with his cool snapback that I may have lost in Hawaii. And he traveled to Southeast Asia and ran into some pretty rad people along the way, namely two Dutch people. Yeah, you know who you are. Boom, there you are. Martin, you're on the right. Sofie, you're on the left. As you can tell from the hair, don't hold it against me, but I put boobs on you. All right, so first off is Sofie. Very specific culinary request always, and one was always making sure her coffee was never too sweet. So don't give her any sweets. All right, that's just the only thing I'd suggest to you. All right, no sweets. Boom. Then we got Martin here. Awesome guy, always smile on his face. And what else do he always have? A helmet on his head. He was a man of safety. His mother trained him well, and no concussions on the trip. So, guess we got to give him credit for that, right? And it looked pretty damn cool. So, Martin often had some extra food left over, and when he had food in his hand, he was considered a feeder man. And what does every feeder need? They need an eater, and that was Sofie. She was always standing by, ready to take in her mouth whatever Martin had for her, and it would always put a smile on her face. Sorry, I had to say that. So, story consists of four people here. We got me on the right, Drew, always with the cool snapback, high fives all the way around. Then we got Martin. You can always tell Martin because he'd always have a handy dandy helmet on his head. And Sofie, the long haired one. That's how we knew. So I decided to crudely draw here what we were working with across Vietnam, and we basically had two scooters, which Martin and Sofie had, and then me and Drew sort of had two motorbikes there, around 100cc. Got them for $300, and I think Martin and Sofie paid about $260 for theirs. And first night, Martin's gets stolen, believe it or not, gets replaced with Sloppy Seconds, which he got for a song, and thing never freaking broke down the whole trip. And next up we got Peach, which I'm not sure why we decided to call Peach because it was a yellow color, but she was awesome and she was a speed demon, I think partly because of the driver, Sofie, who was so damn hard to keep up with. Peach was a great little bike, but unfortunately it kicked the bucket in the last day of the trip. All right, so let's get down to brass tacks. We were in Vietnam, or Vietnam if you're born after 1973. So specifically, we were in Ho Chi Minh City, where we all met up. Sofie was unplanned, but a welcomed addition to our team. So when I tell most people we went to Vietnam, what they usually think of is number one, the Vietnam War, 65 to 73 U.S. involvement, but who's counting? But no hangover from the war, luckily, there. A lot of cool war remnants, if you want to check those out. Or they think of things like this: Ha Long Bay, UNESCO World Heritage Site. Definitely not quite that beautiful in person, but amazing. We were there when it was quite rainy, so can't really judge it that harshly. The one thing we did find over there was actually this. Definitely a huge bustling population. Everybody is on scooters. Everybody. Except the giant tour buses you actually see on the right hand side there. And those things will run you over, and if they don't, they'll at least beep loud enough that you'll fall off your bike yourself. So let's see what we're getting up to. Yep. In my head. So I've just totally told Sophie that I know exactly where we're going because I memorized all the directions in my head. And yeah, you got to beep before you even back out on a scooter. Beeping is sort of the international sign of I'm doing something on my scooter. So whether you're turning, stopping, backing up, anything, you honk no matter what. And that's just the safest way to go in Vietnam.
Sputtering. I think I'm out of gas.
You getting there?
I'm out of gas.
You are? So that was probably a tour bus right there. So I don't know if you heard, but yeah, Drew's out of gas. And actually, the guy that sold us the bikes, he had like literally like a pint of gas in there. We asked him for a fill up, and he just told us where the nearest gas station was. And we don't speak fucking Vietnamese, so this is what happened. Get to the gas station, maybe.
I need some gas too. I'm out. Yeah. Martin, how are you for gas?
I'm still good.
Okay. So Martin, do you want to wait here with Drew?
Yeah.
And we'll go and we'll fill this up with gas. And we'll come back.
What a genius plan, eh? Well, maybe these two fellas know where a gas station is.
There? 2 minutes? There. Okay.
So at the gas station now, just appreciate the stares that we get as white folk all over Vietnam.
Nice. Is this piss?
We all took a turn pissing in it.
Fucking doing it.
And this is your basic Vietnamese traffic circle, and it's not really much of a circle, it's sort of just a crisscrossing of fast-moving bikes. So you take your life in your hands, but use that horn, buddy. And this is the bridge pretty much is getting at us, the downtown core of Ho Chi Minh City, so pretty stoked to be honest. No Golden Gate, but she does the trick. And yeah, we just got out of the downtown core, but we're into this whole sort of industrial area now, which is just flooded with rush hour of transport trucks that apparently pretty much have no directional sense or rhyme or reason.
Woo!
Frickin' freedom at last, and now on to the countryside. And you know it's countryside when you pass cows.
Yeah, this is where we gotta cross, so let's see what it is.
So we all basically just agreed that we're gonna go ahead and see if this is a bridge or a water crossing. We just know we have to get across this river, and everybody's off except me. I'm having some ignition issues. No electric start. Let's try the kick start. Nothing. Okay, that's what you get for paying about 300 USD for a bike. Alright, it says a toll, so that's telling us this is probably a ferry, and I got a bunch of dong in my pocket. Yeah, that's the Vietnamese currency. Is that what I owe? Okay, apparently not too big of a bill. Let's see what else we got. Fuck. Pain. Oh, fucking fuck my life. Fuck, barely made that, eh? Oh no, my comrades are safely aboard. Thanks for waiting for me, eh guys? And nothing really happens here, but I had to give Martin and Sofie some FaceTime here. Martin, stop looking at your phone, bud. Now just back out in some open road, and where the hell did everybody go? And as you can see from this dump truck, they like to keep things pretty tight in Vietnam. Holy shit, just missed a bunch of trucks. Finally, some stereotypical Vietnamese rice fields are really getting amongst it now. Guess I should update you on where we are now. So we're actually just outside of the city in a resort town called Vung Tau. And we headed up to check out this lighthouse that overlooks the whole city of Vung Tau. And this is sort of our descent down, which is pretty neat. A little jump for you there. Yeah, that's pretty much a bit bale hay there. Some much needed R&R for the boys and girl. Oh yeah, and Drew got a flat tire, middle of nowhere, but luckily there's literally a bike shop every other building, and they all have the exact same process. Dip it in the water, find the leak, patch it, pump it. And you wonder where we get flat tires. It's pretty much bumpy roads like this, but mostly random nails. And we don't get random nails, you get a random what? Ducks. And now we're just getting into Phan Viet, or Mune, as they call it. Basically an old, cool fishing village turned Westerner tourist resorts. And they got these cool sand dunes there. I think there's also some red dunes there, but these are the white dunes. And what do you do when you're in the dunes? You frickin' ride 'em, baby. Alright, back on the road, and I kid you not, these are the only tourists that we saw on bikes right in the same direction that we were riding. And that's Sloppy Seconds doing what she does best, and that's eating. Now I know what you're thinking, why the hell am I texting and driving? Well, we looked everywhere for full notice with the handlebars. Nowhere, so we were riding a lot of times I had to try and navigate on the go. I think following Sofie would be a pretty easy thing, right? But where the fuck is she, right? This is pretty much how it went. That peach could freaking speed. And yeah, pretty much I got no idea where she is anymore. Yeah, and my muffler sort of came loose, so I think I was pushing her too hard. And it looks like I wasn't the only one pushing mine too hard. Sofie had some troubles and actually shredded the drive belt on Peach. And that's pretty much what my muffler sounded like for most of the trip there. Okay, so by this point we've got Sofie's bike all fixed, and we're ripping along the nice South China Sea here and enjoying some beautiful sea, beautiful views and some beautiful salt air. And thought we'd spoil ourselves and check out this this nice little resort. Probably the best American food. We were all a bit homesick, so decided to partake. And now we just came into Nha Trang, which is actually known number one for its Russians. Holy crap, there's so many Russians. It's sort of their summer resort, I guess, and also their scuba diving. So we got a pretty good deal here, me and Drew. Decided to go check it out and see what the area has to offer.
On your mat, palm on the regular, look straight out and take a big step. Yep, look straight out.
So I won't bore you too much with these clips of underwater, but pretty cool. Nha Trang is quite heavily fished in the Bay Area, but this is one of the rare protected areas, and from my perspective, I've never done scuba dive before. It was actually pretty beautiful. So by the end of our bike trip, we ended up in Way City. This clip was actually filmed long before that. We were still in the south, more or less, at this point. Way City sort of the halfway point. That being said, when we got up north, it was freezing and it was raining. Not really the ideal weather for biking like it was down south, so we decided to sort of call it around there, and we're all able to sell our bikes for varying prices. Except Sofie actually had to part with Peach because, as I said in the beginning, her belt and sprocket actually totally shredded to bits. But it was an awesome journey with these people. I know I left out a lot of footage I probably could have got of, you know, eating, drinking, playing and stuff like that, but you know what, I wanted to be in the moment for those things, so I just sort of decided to flip on my camera when I could and capture some of these beautiful moments with these awesome people. Yeah, but needless to say, something I never really foresaw myself doing, but Drew being the adventurous one definitely motivated me to get over there. I brought the biking aspect, and then Martin, the other guy that he met, just a superb dude. Glad he joined us, as well as Sofie, that we just sort of matter-of-factly met at the hostel in Ho Chi Minh. She was actually going to do the bike trip solo herself, but she was just so cool. I said, "There's no way you're number one doing it alone, and there's number two. We need to round up the numbers here and get a full four going on this trip." Anyways, that's pretty much it for now. So hope you guys enjoyed my little video production, and feel free to rate or comment below.